hello again. My name is Lucy Lacoste of Lacoste Keane Gallery, and I want to welcome you all here today to see this wonderful exhibition with Shoujo Mishikawa and Hans Vangsø, The Power of Simplicity. And usually my focus when I talk here is about the artists of the show, but today my gallery partner and co-director, my son Keane, is going to do that. So I get to focus just for a few brief minutes on thanking you for coming, something I haven't done enough in my past. So I want to thank you all for coming to this glorious exhibition. You know, the gallery so appreciates your support. Customers who've purchased from us for a long time, artists, gallerists, people who are interested in art, people who are interested in clay. You're all an important part of this gallery, and we're so glad that you're here. Where would we be without you? And where would we be without the artists? So the artist that we're so pleased to welcome today is Hans Vangsø, my friend from Denmark, who was introduced to me by Bill Hall, the foremost expert in Danish ceramics in his day. Yeah. And then I want you all to roundly welcome in your own way Hans, because he's here against all odds and against fighting the SAS pilot strike. He had to travel for 24 hours instead of 12 or 14. He had to go, by plane, boat, train, car. It went on and on. So we're delighted to have you here. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about our anniversary?
And that's coming up next.
Okay, sorry.
That's right. That's coming up next. Yeah, I'm only making 3 points, and the third point is this approximately marks the anniversary of Lyson and I joining forces a year ago to form Lacoste Keane, a new gallery. Right?
That's right.
That's right.
It's a year now.
It's a year now.
Yeah, we're going strong.
We are.
Yes, and doing wonderful things.
We are.
Yes.
And what I was going to say is, when I looked around yesterday, the core of the gallery is very similar to what it was, and the base, but so much has changed. It's really a totally new gallery, right?
Yes.
And I think that's due in a large part to looking at it through a new lens, and that's what you brought to the equation.
Oh,
so thank you. And then before Lyson talks, I think we both would want to just thank someone who's not here today, Rose Keith, our noble assistant, who is so talented and makes everything so easy.
That's right.
And is so adorable. She was here yesterday, but she couldn't be here today.
Yes.
So thank you, Rose.
Yeah.
Okay, and now
Hope
on
she's
to
watching.
you. Last slide.
Yeah. Well, since Shoujo Mishikawa cannot be here, so I'd like to. I think I'm standing in front of the camera. So do you mind if I take 5 minutes to talk about Shoujo?
You can
and then you can have the stage. Okay. So putting these two artists together in a show is a no-brainer. We know them very well. I think Lacoste Gallery have shown you since
I cannot remember. A long time.
Lucy, we've
I
shown
think 4
Hans
4 times.
Yeah.
since 2012.
Maybe earlier than that.
20
I mean, the thing is that I know of Hans and his wife Anna from Bill Hall.
Yeah. So
And
a long,
so that goes back.
a long relationship. Yeah.
Even
Old
in,
friends.
even in 2008 when we did A View from Denmark.
That's
Before we
2008.
did that, when we started selling Mr. Hull's collection, I think we had a piece by Hans and a piece by Anna since
Oh, wow.
2007.
That's a long
But-
time.
Yeah.
12 years then. 2007. Yes.
In his own right, he's did 4 shows. So 4 times he's visited us, which deserves a gold medal.
That's right. Yes. And thank you for making this trip. You say you've been to Concord 4 times, so that means we've shown given you a solo or a group show 4 times. Or maybe more. Yeah, and we've known Shoujo showed with us in 2017. He had a solo show here, which was a very successful show.
Shoujo I met through Sofa, doing the art.
That's right, yeah. And he brought wonderful energy to this gallery, and then and we found out you both are good friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, you went to Japan, Susama, the International Ceramics Festival in 2016, 17, 18,
17.
Yes, and now to contextualize this show, why you are both together in this show. For me, because both of you use the materials in an innovative way.
Yeah.
Yes, and both are vessel based. If you don't agree, you must chime in so that we can all have a discussion. And their works also have a sense of simplicity, which is distinctive in each of your culture and way of life.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, I'd like to do some introduction about Shoujo and to talk about him. He was born in Hokkaido, north of Japan, January 29th, 1953. Lives and works in Sito near Nagoya, in the middle of Japan.
What's happening?
Is it
We
funny?
were talking about, he's an Aquarius. We were talking to each other, it's his birthday.
Oh, he's an Aquarius? Yes, star
What
sign.
happened?
Shoujo Michikawa is an Aquarius. You know, star sign, you are March, you are, what is? Pisces. So, you know, which month you're born, you have a star sign that's related to it.
Oh,
Yeah, so I'm August, so I'm Leo.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm a fish.
You are a fish.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. And Michikawa's vessel-based works reference nature. They are simple and minimal. His works are thrown at the wheel at first and manipulated with a twist on an internal axis to transform into sculptural vessels. He often tears the clay and glazes his works to mimic rocks and natural stones. He described his practice as haiku in clay. So I think it would be quite fun to end this little summary of him with a haiku he wrote. To retain the natural intentions of clay, a cold winter morning, wedging clay in the workshop, more painful than cold. The feel of a handful of clay steam rises from one's hands, and just for an instant it itches. Various shapes are born from my hands, this morning's little satisfaction. Shoujo is this year's finalist of the Loewe Craft Prize. There's a show in Japan in June. So now we go to Hans.
Yeah, but that's meant to picture.
Yeah. Who's doing that?
Yeah.
Are you doing, Lucy, are you doing this slide explanation for him?
Actually,
Yeah.
I
So
think, I think he should do it.
Okay.
It wasn't that, aren't you going to, you're going to do it.
So
I can do it.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, you do it. If there's anything
Mhm.
I have to add or something, we will, but
Okay.
you'll do it beautifully.
yeah, we'll help you. I'll stand here. But Hans' background, born
Yeah.
March.
Yeah.
Yes. You might be people knowing your age? No, you. In Denmark, lives and works in Aarhus. 1950.
Yeah.
Oh, you're young.
Yeah.
Works and lives in Aarhus, Jutland,
Yeah,
Denmark.
Yeah, yeah.
Hans was a student and assistant. Was the student and assistant of the late Danish potter Guter Eriksen. Eriksen was recognized for influencing a generation of studio potters through her work and teachings at Jutland Academy of Fine Art, which you attended. Yeah, in the 70s.
Yeah.
Yes. So one can perhaps see the Japanese influence in your work,
Yeah.
yet the surfaces on your vessels are uniquely yours. Bubbles and blisters on the surfaces layered with thick glazes are achieved by firing the works 3 times in paper sagar with salt, seaweed.
And we can see it in
Oh yes,
picture.
we're going to see it in the
Yeah.
picture. You will
Yeah.
show us. Yes.
Yeah.
I also like to quote somebody who wrote in the catalog for the seminal 2002 show From the Kilns of Denmark about you.
Yeah, okay.
Don't get nervous. Hans's work is a combination of 2 aspects, nature and culture. Sensed the very palpable proximity to the material's natural origins and in the culturally evolved utilitarian shapes. Yes.
Yeah.
So your material is very important.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
Okay.
would you like to
Yeah. But
start your presentation?
yeah, that's
Are
in
you
my.
going to make it go? And
I will make it go.
This is this is my garden. Okay.
Yeah.
Here, near my home is the sea, and I take the seaweed I use for when I'm firing my pots. It's here.
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah.
What's
Alright.
happened there?
Yeah, I couldn't see you. Your face has been cut off.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's too dark. That's good.
Right. So you live and work on one of the many coasts of Denmark.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Okay, so should we go to the next slide?
Yeah, I
Yep.
think so.
Mhm.
This is my house where I make my pots, and the view out of the window in winter. You can see this. My workshop is in here.
Wow.
Okay. But this is my workshop where I make all these pots
Yeah.
here and here. And this is my cat, you can see.
What's your cat's name?
Bimse.
What?
Bimse.
Bimse.
Benton.
Bimse.
Bimse.
Oh, Bimsy. Cute. That's a great
Bimse.
Bimsy. I love it.
Okay, and here I'm throwing. All what I make is thrown on the wheel. And this will be a big pot. I make 2 together, and sometimes 3 or 4. When
And what Anna said is all your pieces are thrown, that's what
Yeah,
you said, in a rather sandy stoneware clay.
yeah. But I mixed it from 3 different
Oh, you
kinds.
do?
Yeah.
And
clay.
what about dishes and big pieces are thrown without the bottom, as you can see? Is that
You
how you
cannot
do
see.
that?
Yeah, because when it's oval,
Yeah,
I have
like
to make it
almost-
with, there is no bottom. I'll make it after the bottom.
With a slab or
Yeah.
something? Okay.
Oh, this is, what is this?
Those are beautiful.
Oh,
Something
there's a
happened.
red color.
Yeah.
Sorry. I don't know
No,
why.
it's not your fault.
Can I just say, read a couple of other things here?
Yeah, but I think, I don't know why they come now, because they comes where.
Oh, you think that they're out of
the
place?
process. Yeah.
Oh, okay, maybe that's it, okay.
Are we missing a few slides or something?
Okay, just go on.
Uh-huh.
This just puts.
Oh.
Okay, that
That's-
must be about the glazes.
That's my kiln where everything is fired, all this stuff here. It's very simple. It's just made by this fiber. And it's heavy reduction, you can see.
So,
It's inside the kiln. It's not very nice. But it become, because I come salt in it, and then with all this, and I do like this, and I have to change it sometimes because the salt is spoil it.
oh.
Yeah,
And maybe this is where you say you usually fire the pieces twice.
yeah,
First
But-
at,
yeah. But I think I don't know this why they come in this.
Oh,
It will come later.
okay, all right.
Yeah.
Is there a baffle between where that flame is going that sends the heat up? I mean, how does, you go back to your interior shot, where is the heat?
The
Is that
heat is coming here.
way below.
3 plate,
Okay.
3, and it go up, it updraft.
Here he's
Yeah.
yeah, you can see where he's
Yeah.
feeding.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it might very, very simple. But it's function.
Uh-huh.
That's the point. And there you can see when I use the seaweed, I picked it in the paper, like newspaper, and before I fire it the first time.
Yes.
And then I put a slip around this newspaper, it be a kind of saga,
Oh.
So, and all this will burn away.
So the
Nearly.
stick is outside of the paper,
Yeah.
not on the vessel.
No, on the paper.
Yeah,
That's so you have a reduction and it's sagger.
Oh, that
Is that the paper sagger?
Yeah.
That's where
you can
get
see
your,
where.
where you got your seaweed.
Yeah.
Wow, from
Mini environment.
And-
Wow.
that's crazy.
And this is zinc. I sometimes put on zinc.
It's a
I cut
metal.
off from
Yeah. Zinc.
metal and sometimes copper.
So does that melt or does it go in the atmosphere and change the chemistry?
Yeah.
Changes the
Yeah.
chemistry in the
Yes.
atmosphere.
Yes.
Within the whole kiln, or do you
the
close
bottles
it?
wrapped?
Is that contained?
That's the sagger.
That's
Is
the
that
seaweed.
piece then placed in a smaller and a larger container?
I don't understand
No.
really.
Sorry.
Is it local or is it atmospheric? The vent, the zinc itself, it's right on the surface.
Yeah, it's just on this.
So it affects
Yeah.
only the small area.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's another way to get
What?
colorant. The zinc is another way for you to get white or whatever.
Yeah. You can use oxide
Yeah.
if you want. But
It's quite volatile.
and there I put this slip on this.
The Sega.
Yeah.
Paper, yeah.
Yeah, and
So
then
you, yeah.
and then it dry, and then
Yeah.
you have a
And
side.
that's fascinating.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then you can see all this is to
They're
put
wrapped
in the
in
kiln.
paper.
Yeah, and
But has anyone ever done, you invented this technique, right?
everything.
I thought so.
It takes a lot of time, but anyway,
Wow.
yeah. You can see there is after firing, then it's full of shit. so I take some of it away and fire it with salt. I make a porridge of salt and water
Oh,
and put on the zinc.
like a salt brine. Like a,
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
I fire it
salt and
again
water.
for certain 1,300 degrees. You know,
That means content.
Yeah.
It's like a porcelain.
It is container.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
2002.
Sounds
hundred-
What I have it
Yeah,
on.
Fahrenheit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know
2372 Fahrenheit.
Yeah, it's very high.
So
and
first-
all this
Yes, Rossi.
here is salt from the firing, and I take it away for the next one.
The first firing is,
1,200.
so it's just like a bisque fire.
Yeah, bisque fired
It's,
first.
no, it's higher than bisque.
And
It's
then-
like cone 7,
And then
1200.
That's
That's
the-
centric Celsius.
yeah. There you can see the things with after first firing with glaze and all this stuff here.
Yeah.
I take the most of it away, but not all of it. And then it will be, I think there is a picture where I put salt on, isn't it?
Salt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is salt in the box here. This have, I put on everything. I put salt on. Make it hot, heat it on the,
On your stove, like
yeah,
your
and then
ancient stove.
it can, then when the salt come up, say, and then,
Oh, it just.
So it evaporates
and then
and
I,
attaches.
yeah,
Oh,
and then I fire it the third time.
third time.
Yeah, sometime more if it's not good.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you don't throw away anything then? So if you're not happy, you throw
Yeah,
you fire it
yes,
again?
I throw nuts away.
You
And
just-
this one, the oval I make without bottom and put it after.
Not after the firing.
No.
But after the throwing.
Yeah.
Can you say that again? What did you say you do?
The ovals.
The oval, I make a round one in the
okay,
wheel
right.
and I cut it and stick it together. This marks here.
Yeah.
So, and after it, I make the bottom on another place. Because if I throw it, all of it, it's crack easier.
You throw it to make the ring around it and
Yeah,
the slab for the
Yeah.
base.
But
Anybody has question, please? You can,
the last picture, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Which is so beautiful. These were shown in an old barn in Denmark a couple of years ago. Right.
Yeah. You had a show with Anna or
Yeah,
in
there.
there? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if that's the last slide, if that's the last slide, I think what I would do is read this one paragraph
You can
at
do
the
that,
end,
yeah.
and then maybe we'll go back and talk about
What?
the glazing. Like this whole section, and that's the most interesting part, I think.
Okay.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe. So this is what we have here. Hans, okay, this is the former director of the Design Museum in Copenhagen, recently wrote this in a new catalog of the possessions of the museum. This was written by Anna Flocka, Hans' wife, who's also a great ceramic artist. Hans Vangsø's ceramic process culminates in the fire. Looking at the unquiet surfaces and the volcanic flow of the glaze, it is hard to imagine that this eruptive expression is controlled. But after Hans Vangsø's many years of exploration and tests in the workshop, the obtained results are not random. For Hans Vangsø, the essential in ceramics is the tactile, and he has marked himself as a ceramist who has succeeded in creating works where clay and glaze, through a masterly firing technique, become one matter. That's really important. Their strength and robustness in expression and rich tactile structures are overwhelming. And then she went on to talk about a strong sense of simplicity and form, which hits the name of the show, really works, and that there is a Nordic touch too, which I think you see in some of the colors and the quietude of the pieces.
Minimalist.
The minimalist, yeah. So let me just, does anybody have a question? I just want to go and read this again and see if there's something about
Do you have any questions
the
for Hans?
colors.
Feel free to ask.
Oh, here's something. Okay, go ahead.
Can you talk a little bit more about your firing process and the length of time you're firing? So it comes out of the sagger once and you coat it with the salt solution and then you fire it again. How are you judging when you've reached the effect you're looking for?
I'm not sure that I really understand.
What was that part?
Is it based just on the cone coming to temperature, or do
Yeah,
you?
I have a cone in the piece.
So you're firing to specific cones at various times in the firing?
Sometimes 4 counts.
Yeah.
And I can follow it.
And your question is how long each firing?
I think 8 hours.
8 hours?
Yeah.
Each?
That's all.
Yeah.
So that you hold the temperature for that long, 8
No,
hours?
until
Until that,
Till it stops.
that stops?
Till the cone stops, right?
Yeah.
But you must have to watch it, or is it consistent, your times?
I always. I watch
Right,
it always.
yeah.
Wow.
You cannot go from
Right.
cascade
Right.
like this. There is no. But I have to do it
Right,
anyway.
right.
Everything.
Right.
Ross, do you have
That's a fast firing. That's fast firing, 8 hours.
For gas.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not
Zero
that big.
to
Yeah.
temperature.
Yeah.
Wow. And these pieces, when you make them, this is made of 3 pieces?
This one is 1 piece.
1 piece is top, is 1 piece to that?
This is made by 1 piece. Yeah.
And these other ones, the
Those
tops
are 2 kilos.
Bless it.
Because I think you
She's,
see
I think,
into the
Danish.
narrow neck and that
Just
flat
invite her.
surface.
Yeah.
That's
I
different
think
for
that
that.
12 tools.
Yeah, it's close, yeah. But that form, that length or the height of that tube,
Oh,
yeah,
this one. Yeah.
any of them, is
This. Here.
I make it up.
I make this.
Yeah.
And then I make this.
That's what I'm saying. It's just
Yeah.
like, okay,
Yeah.
so I am accurate.
But not this one.
That is what
Do you find that your proportions change? And, I mean, is this a proportion that you will do for a year or half a year? I mean, how long do you keep those proportions?
Yeah, I think so. will be 2 years.
Yeah, and then you
not change.
They
Yeah,
evolve.
It's always changing.
Right, yeah.
Mhm.
So it's like a series, really.
Yeah.
And when you're throwing
Yeah.
4 pots, they're
Yeah.
similar, but
Yeah.
then you want to see where they go.
Yeah.
How do you get them red?
It's the stain.
It's a stain.
Yeah, in the slip. I put in the slip.
That would probably be interesting to talk about.
Mm.
You know, how you put the various different colored stains in the slip, and then what you put
Yeah.
over them.
Yeah, sometimes you put the glaze on and it will be pink like this.
Right. The stain will.
Bottle, the first bottle.
If you put a glaze over it,
Yeah.
if it's
It's red on
that one,
and the black one is red under.
red under.
Yeah.
I think that's so interesting how you do it. And we have one over there that's yellow under,
Yeah.
which it's behind the desk. We'll have to show it to you. And then.
And it's stained for stoneware.
Yeah.
And how many base glazes do you use?
Pardon?
How many base glazes? But this is one glaze and black glaze.
But I think there is 2 glazes, 3 here.
3.
The Celadon and Xeno.
Right.
And the
And the
ash.
black one, ash glaze.
Talk about the ash, because I think that's
It's volcano ash from old, we have in Denmark. In a small island, we can dig it out from the ground. It's in so million years ago there was
So it's
volcano.
free fire.
Yeah, and then you can make a glaze of it, glaze of it.
Do you go gather that, or you just purchase it?
Pardon?
Do you gather it yourself?
Yeah,
No, that's fine.
yeah.
Yes.
He said he uses 3 clays. Are they all from Denmark, local clays?
He said 3 glazes.
Oh, 3 glazes.
No,
Yeah.
3
Yeah.
clays.
I have more glaze, but here I think there is 3 different kinds
Oh, 3 clays, yeah.
of glaze. Some tier there is no glaze on.
Is the red and black,
Yeah.
the big one, is that the only ash glaze here, or is there another one? The black one behind the desk has ash.
It's not really ash glaze.
Oh, it is not?
No,
Okay.
ash glaze is a different thing.
Could you explain?
Yeah, but I have no glaze, ash glaze here.
Ash, you have no ash?
Ash glaze, yeah, I have ash, but I have not used it for those things.
I did not know that. I thought that's what you told me. Then,
This is
the black.
something you take from the ground.
Okay.
Ash glaze is from wood ash.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about, I'm talking about the volcanic ash.
Yeah, but that's this.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
And are there any others here that use that volcanic ash?
The black one, bottom.
Oh, right, and then I'll bring over the one that has the yellow.
And yes, and this one too. The black one is from this one.
Yeah, so this has yellow ongo, the
Yeah.
slip under
Yeah.
it, and then it has the volcanic ash glaze over it.
All right, we are. Oh, and what's this doing?
Your clay body, when you said you mix your clay.
Yeah.
The clay body is stoneware, and then
Stoneware.
white stoneware,
White and red
sometimes,
and, yeah.
and red, so you
Yeah.
mix them all together.
Yeah.
Different amounts, different times, or always the same?
I don't know, it's not always the same.
Okay, good.
It depends on what I have
Right.
this moment I do it.
And sand, you add sand.
Yeah.
Silica sand?
Huh?
Silica sand or beach sand or river sand? What kind of sand?
It's very rough clay I buy.
Uh-huh.
I don't put the sand in.
It's already
No,
sand.
it's already got sand, right? Right.
The Danish clay is very different from the clay we use. Any more questions?
No, I
Or
don't think
comments?
so.
Marty?
All right, well, thank you everyone for coming. And let's make this a more
casual
Conversation.
You
How's
all
that?
could talk to Hans separately and thank you, Hans.
Thank you very
You did
much.
very well.